Привет! Your Russian teacher Olisiia is here again. Welcome back! Today we are continuing our conversation about the most common mistakes that foreigners make when speaking Russian. And again, don't worry, не беспокойтесь. If you recognize yourself in these examples, that actually means you are learning. Mistakes are just signs of progress, and Russian definitely gives us a lot to practice. One of the biggest challenges is pronunciation of soft and hard consonants. In English, consonants don't change much, but in Russian, the difference between soft and hard can completely change the word. For example, many foreigners say mel, chalk, and mel, swept the same way. And Russians immediately hear the accent. Another example is бить, to hit, and быть, to be. The only difference is softness, but the meaning changes dramatically. My advice is to listen carefully and exaggerate the softness at the beginning, just like children do when they learn speaking. Another very common mistake is mixing потому что and поэтому. Students often say something like «Я опоздал, поэтому пробка», which sounds incomplete. It should be «Я опоздал, потому что была пробка». I was late because there was traffic. And the opposite mistake also happens. Машина сломалась, потому что я пошел пешком. No, that doesn't work. The correct version is машина сломалась, поэтому я пошел пешком. The car broke down, so I walked. These little connectors are tiny, but they completely change the logic of the sentence. Another interesting habit is that foreigners often try to use please and thank you the way they use them in English. But in Russian, we use пожалуйста and спасибо differently sometimes. For example, спасибо за встречу, пожалуйста. Пожалуйста at the end sounds funny because in Russian we don't add it unless someone said thank you to us first. Also, English speakers tend to say please too often. In Russian, you can simply say «Дайте, пожалуйста, воду». Please give me water, but you don't need to repeat it 5 times. Russians might think you're either joking or nervous. One more misunderstanding comes from literal translations of English expressions with to be. English speakers say I'm hungry, I'm cold, I'm 30 years old, and so on. But in Russian, we use completely different structures. People often say «Я есть 30 лет», or «Я холодный», or «Я есть жарко», «Я есть холодно», which sounds very funny. The correct versions are «Мне 30 лет», I'm 30 years old, «Мне холодно», I'm cold, «Мне жарко», I'm hot. We literally say to me it is cold. It sounds strange for English speakers, but that's how Russian works. Another mistake foreigners make is trying to use plural adjectives with singular nouns or the other way around. For example, люди интересный, хороший человек, мои книга, and so on. Russians understand the meaning, but it still sounds broken. The correct forms are интересные люди, interesting people, хороший человек, a good person, моя книга, my book. Russian grammar is like a family. Everything has to agree with everything. Then we have pronunciation of the Russian r. Many foreigners either roll it too much or don't roll it at all. So instead of рыба, we hear рыба or рыба. The Russian r is short, clean and sharp, like tapping your tongue once or twice. Don't worry, it becomes natural with time. Need to practice more. Another common problem is overusing the word очень. Students say очень холодно, очень интересно, очень вкусно, очень красиво, очень уставший all the time. It's not wrong, but it sounds repetitive. In Russian there are many alternatives. Super вкусно, super tasty, так холодно, so cold, нереально красиво, unbelievably beautiful, ужасно устал, terribly tired. So if you want to sound more natural, try to mix your vocabulary. Now, one more funny mistake. Foreigners often add unnecessary «я» at the beginning of every sentence. Я думаю, я хочу, я люблю, я знаю, я работаю, я учу русский, я вижу. Yes, it's correct, but Russian prefers shorter sentences when possible. Instead of «я думаю, что завтра будет дождь», you can simply say «думаю, завтра будет дождь». I think it will rain tomorrow. It sounds more relaxed, more natural, and more native-like. Another mistake that happens a lot is confusing здесь, тут, там, туда, оттуда. Foreigners often say things like «я иду там», which doesn't work. The correct phrase is «я иду туда». I'm going there, the direction. Or «я живу там», but «я иду там» is impossible because tam is a place, not a direction. Two tiny letters change everything. Let's not forget about verbs with prefixes. Foreigners often think that войти, входить, въехать, заезжать, подойти, уходить all mean the same thing, to go. But Russians use these prefixes very precisely. For example, я вышел means I went out. Я зашел means I went in, briefly. Я подошел means I approached. And я отошел means I stepped away. If you mix them, the meaning becomes totally different. And sometimes very funny. And the last thing I want to mention is intonation. In English, sentences often end with a rising tone. But in Russian, rising intonation can sound like a question or like uncertainty. So when foreigners say something like «Я живу в Москве» with a high tone, «Я живу в Москве», it sounds as if they are unsure or asking for confirmation. Do I live in Moscow? The correct intonation is lower at the end. «Я живу в Москве». So yes, Russian has its challenges, but every single mistake you make is a step forward. Russians don't laugh at learners, they actually laugh when foreigners try to speak Russian, even with an accent. The more you practice, the more you listen, and the more you speak, the more natural your Russian becomes. So keep going, don't stop, you are going great. And if you want me to explain any of the topic in Russian language, just let me know in the comments.